So it's nearly 6 on Sunday, Mother's Day. And oh, and my one of my daughters, she gave me this big pot of flowers, and I put it out in the garden. It matches one area where we have like terracotta pots. And so I put it out there, and it's real pretty because it's already got a whole bunch of flowers, and it's real colorful. And then she's starting this business of making cookies, and they're like individual cookies of like fancy different flavors and stuff. And they're like $5 a cookie, and there's one store selling them. I hope that she's gonna get more. I hope she's gonna be able to keep going in this direction. She keeps expanding, but she gave me this box for Mother's Day, and it was so fancy. It's like this fancy cake box, Happy Mother's Day stickers, and then inside each cookie's individually wrapped. And let me think what it is. It's Sweet Mama Joe's cookie. Wait, what is it? Sugar Mama Joe's cookies, I think is what it is. And Yakima. And so anyways, and they're all individually wrapped. They're really fancy. They're really cute too, like really cute. And so she gave me 4 different ones. I don't even know how many different ones she makes. And I ate one on the way. I did a TikTok because I wanted to show, and I was gonna send it to her, but she's not on there anymore. But and she's on Instagram, and I'm not on there. But even though I've left my Instagram, because it's like, that's where I've got old pictures. Because my iCloud all disappeared, all my phone, everything disappeared. It was like, I think it was like 8 to 10 years worth of pictures. I can't believe how people can pull out pictures that are like 15 years old and stuff. Yesterday, even my daughter, when I was over there, she pulled up some old video of my other daughter saying something to me, and me looking over at her. And so she was just showing like this. She thought it was so funny. I don't think that the other 2 of us that was in the video, I don't think we was like, I don't get it. But anyways, when I turned over and looked, I couldn't believe this whole thing was white. It was my hair is so white in that video. And so, it's definitely going darker. And these pieces are definitely, even though there's white, or it looks like it's white, but it's kind of like fade. It's not like, I don't know, it's a reflection, I think. But I don't know, it depends on the lighting. If it looks like whitish or if it looks blondish, I guess. But but it has changed so much. Oh my God. And I don't even know when that video was. I don't know, about, I would guess 6 or 7 years ago. And oh my gosh, my hair was so much more white. That, it seemed like my hair was just getting more and more white. Maybe because when I was living over there by myself, it was getting so much more white. But I don't know. All I know is it's not at all like how it was in that video. And then I started back with the biotin again yesterday, along with those chews. And yeah, I'm about to open the other bag of chews, which would be my 3rd month. And like, I don't think it's dramatic. Like, if you want to spend $40, the chews taste good. They taste like Starburst. But I mean, don't want to spend $40. Yeah, but each person's different, so you may want to try it and see how it works on your hair. And maybe if it's something you're really lacking, it's going to go. And so I had seen also with the hair stuff was zinc. So you can be low in zinc if your hair is falling out. And now I've seen it can also be selenium. And I had seen when I first started talking about my hair turning, and I had people commenting, and there was people who were saying that their hair turned back just by taking selenium. So I've heard moringa and selenium, and then of course copper. And there might be a couple more, but it's whatever you're deficient in. But your hair definitely, if it's turning white or gray or whatever, that is a sign of copper deficiency. I mean, that's like the alert sign. It's so weird too. Like, me think about how dumb are doctors. Like, you got all these people pouring in your office. Their hair's turning gray. It's turning white. And you're just, oh, yeah, well, you're getting old. And you don't stop and tell a single one of them, well, you also have a deficiency in copper. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I saw this other doctor, and I'm not sure which one, because I keep seeing so many coming up. And she was saying that that they didn't teach them all this stuff in medical school, but you start catching on and you start seeing. But see, some doctors don't. They don't put two and two together. The environment is making people sick. All these people have the same sickness. What do they have in common? Oh, the environment. So, hold on. God, I'm so out of it. And I swear to God, at certain times, I'm just disappearing. Yesterday, it was that drive. It was super, super fast. It was like, it was really quick feeling. And I just kept focusing on the music, and it was just like zipping by. But my eyes, for one thing, this eye was going crazy. There is something that is inflaming. And what I was trying to say yesterday, I don't think I completed it, but I know I've said it before, is about the autoimmune is like an overreaction. It's like a dramatic reaction in your body. So it's like it overreacts for whatever happens. Hold on, let me drink this real quick. I'm always torn because I wanted to make another cup before I started because it tasted so good. But then it's like I'm keep focusing on it. I don't want to drink it, but then it's like when then it's like I gotta put it down. So anyways, it's just this little battle with the tea. So anyways, okay, because I have to say that. Okay, so feeling super exhausted. I'll talk about that in a sec. Okay, the autoimmune thing that I didn't finish yesterday because it was going with what it was I was talking about. And so your body has this overreaction. And like my body does that all the time over so say you stub your toe. That's the easy one. You stub your toe and it takes you down. It hurts so bad, and you're sitting on the floor and you're rubbing it. You feel it going all the way up your leg. You can feel it vibrating in your head, like it really hits you hard. Other people are sitting there looking at you like, dang, lady, got you a little dramatic. You just stubbed your toe. It's like, yeah, but it's not the same to stub your toe when you have an autoimmune, depending on what it affects. If it affects your nerves, your connective tissue, your fascia, it depends on where it's attacking. And you can stub your toe, and it goes through that grid system. And if you have it with your nerves and stuff, and I think some with the connective tissue, like I said, you feel it, it travels, it'll like kick your ass. So you stub your toe, and it's like, fuck, man, you have no idea what some people's body is doing from these different things. And so these poisons, see, they're watching us. And that's why I don't give them data anymore. I don't go to the doctor. I don't look. You want to make me sick? Oh, well, you can fuck off. I'm not giving you any of my data. I'm not going to make sure that you get to know how sick you're making me. Yeah? What? Yeah?
Let's see what I just found in the hall.
Okay. Tom. Dang it. Poor little thing. I'm glad I don't have cats. That was what always happened because Bert was a predator cat. And Bert brought dead animals into, bring dead possum babies, dead little mole babies all the time into Katie's house. I was like, God, I could not. You know, I'd find dead birds and stuff at my house, and I knew Bert was doing it. But oh, what a cute little bunny! I have a little keychain that looks just like that.
Oh my God.
We'll have a burial for him today.
I can't stand it when it's a bunny.
I don't like it when it's anything.
I know. It
I
just
don't.
kills me.
There's a bunny mom out there who's very sad this morning, counting her bunnies over and over, and she's
Tom is probably out there
trying to get the next one.
cleaning out the nest.
Go out there and holler at him. Tell him to get up.
He had just jumped into bed with me
Ugh,
and was laying up on my pillow
murderer.
before Lily started barking. But I walked down the hall. It was not there. It just was here, and he's out on the deck.
Well, you gotta follow him and see where the nest is.
Oh,
And then you got fucking, I don't know what you can do.
you can't do anything. That's the thing.
God, predator cats.
No.
Bert would just do that every day when I would feel like every time I go out and feed the squirrels and the birds, I was like, you better run. You better be quick.
Oh,
Now that's horrible.
Tom?
It was the cutest little, it was about this big, perfect hair, little bunny. Looked like, still was warm. Looked like it was just asleep, but nope, it was a goner. But did you see how long it takes for that stairs? That's a steep staircase, I'm telling you. Exercise. This staircase in the driveway, I started thinking, I'm getting so much exercise on this staircase in this driveway. I got to get one in my house. Like, I got to have access to this one. I was making this mansion over here look better and better. Wish that house is empty. You know, so every time, and I drive past it so many times, and every time I do, it's just like, I can totally see myself there. Yesterday, I don't know, some of the neighbors were just trying to make it look like it was lived in or whatever. But it's like 3 neighbors with their 3 dogs are all congregating in my yard. Like, I want to pull over. Hey, you guys are in my yard, you know. And the house next to it is is really, really cute. And there's some cute ass houses over there. And anyways, they have their whole front yard though fenced in. And they had like a German Shepherd or something. And see, that's what I would do with this one too. I would fence it so the dogs could go, but still, it's not like a great dog. I mean, it's a big, cool ass house on the lake with a cool ass backyard, and because they've got those giant rocks terraced, you know, and then it goes down, and they've got a double boat. They got a dock, but then on each side they have boat lifts. So it has perfect like for your pontoon boat and then your ski boat or speed boat or whatever. And you could take that lake. You can take it pretty far. I don't know. I guess it depends on how they do the waterways. See, that's where they fuck us and control our movement. Everything's about control us. And always, I don't know. I can just see. It's like I can feel it. It's like it pushes my buttons or something. But anyways, back on this autoimmune thing. And so, it's so funny. Just this morning, I was thinking it's so weird, like being around my mom all the time, right? And there's so many things where I'll see we're so much alike. And I think that my daughters go through this, and I go, but with your mom, it's easier. So it's easier going this way. Like I can see my daughters all have a representation of me, but how I was seeing it, because I was telling my one daughter yesterday, like I said before, it's like this echo. It's like this, like the mom has this kid, and then at the point where this mom is, whoever and whatever she is, it echoes out through this kid. And so, but it's not the whole thing. It's like a primary thing. That's why it's kind of like you link in for your lessons, because these things will happen, and it's going to cause you to have these expressions so that you can see yourself or understand yourself. So the mom at this point in time has the kid comes out and goes through. So it's like, it's almost like feelers. It's almost like, it's like a, and each thing comes out. You see what I'm saying? It's like these links, each thing comes out, and it's like a way to feel that. It's a way to feel it. What happens, and it goes this, and that's like everything goes out from that. But it's like you have an expression of your mom at some point, the mother and your father, comes the echo out of you, of the expression. So you have a part of you. So when a parent can be looking at that person, they have a part of me. That's a part of me that it's not all of me. It's just this part, and you can see your kid. And that's where some parents get like pissed off. They got to control their kid. They, because that was a part of them, and it's coming out. And you don't like it, but you don't know how to change it yourself, so you try and change it in them, but you need to focus on how to change it in yourself. But that's the winning ticket. And so the expression is like you are similar to the person, but you're a little bit different, because that's the way it's supposed to be, because each piece is a little different. And each piece brings in more to the thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there would have to be. It's like, okay, so all these different ages, all these different times of existence, and then you play them all out. So it's like a pool tournament, and you go in and you play the pool. You play all of the different ones. You play the game out. And each game is a different reality. Each game, you're a different person. Oh, depending on who you're playing with. And then once you've played, that tournament is over. And so you move out of it, whatever your place was in it. That's what we're in right now. We're in the period of time. The tournament's over. We've played it out. And so the epiphany thing where I just was like, was that it's like necessary. It's like there has to be an advancement, because it's like we've reached a point of advancement. We've reached, like, we need to go up, we need to level up. It's like we've really played this out. And so, this is, it's a for sure thing. Like, this is a for sure deal. Like, this changing of the ages. And it's going from negative to positive. It's just, it takes a lot to get there, especially for how far we've pulled it into the negative. And this is where Vegas is see, like what they're holding on to keep us in the negative. And so that's where people have to let go so that things can move back into the positive. But that's why it's just a natural action. So it moves from dark to light. And so we're going back to light. That's where you can be like, okay, this is just, it's naturally going to happen, even though we've got to go through the forest to get there. But in the forest is where you find yourself. You find what you're made of. You find of what, this period of time is to show you what you're made of. And so, and it's for your viewing. Like, it doesn't matter. This is the beauty of it, is to get to that point of seeing it. It doesn't matter what other people think. It matters what you think of you. But you've got to get the full view. And people have hidden themselves. And they don't just hide themselves from everybody else. They hide themselves from themselves. And this is why the viewing pleasure, the Hopi prophecy or whatever, the time of mirrors, because everybody's going to get this time of reflection to really see yourself. And it's coming in slowly. Like, there's people entering into people's lives to give them a chance to see themselves at work, see themselves at play. And anyways, so it's, you can see how it all happens naturally. It's like, because this is the time, this is the change, this is what's happening. And we were going to go into a more positive kind of, it's not just a more positive timeline. It's like we are vibrating out of this negative space, and we are pulling ourselves free. And so up here, it's totally new experiences, because it's a whole new energy. Down here was this energy, and that's what I said. It's like we've played it out. We've done what we came to do. And then if there, at some point in time, you ever want to go back in time, you can go back into experience it. But see, like, this is going to be gone. But it's weird because it's like when you want to go back into something, it's like we've never really. I don't know how to explain it. It's because it's like you never really leave because it doesn't really even exist. It's like we think it. We think it into existence so you can go wherever you want to go, but then thinking it into existence, it becomes real. That's why the creative mind becomes real, and we merge in with all these other synapses and create an experience. And it is a battle with the two energies, the opposing energies. But when they work together, they can create a balance because it takes both. You can't just be all of one thing. Oh, that's why so many people have so much healing to do, is because they themselves see themselves as one thing. That's where the balance comes. That's where people are blind to their ego. So whatever their ego is doing, they're kind of blind to it. They don't question. It's like they are subdued, like they are, what is that? It's like they're enslaved to their ego. It's like they're chained to their ego. Their ego's running them. And they don't question their ego or something. And that is where, in the spiritual world, that is where you have the dark, who feeds into the ego in the dark. That's why the dark has more control over the mind, because it feeds into the ego, and the ego is out of balance in the people because they are blind to what their ego is doing, because they're so enmeshed in it. It's like they think that's who they are. But it's like, that's why the light is coming in, so that they can see more sides of themselves, so they can see they're not this thing that they think they are. They're more to them. It's in the dark, so they don't see it. But that's when all the lights come on, or this flipping, this plugging in, this event, this thing that's going to happen, that's going to rock the world. But throughout, and I don't know what different parts, there's going to be, a lot of death. But remember, they're just leaving here and going to Pluto, they're just going somewhere else. They're not leaving, they're not dying, and you're never going to see them again. You're not going to recognize them. Even if they go off to Pluto and you're sitting over here on Earth and you start thinking like, oh man, I really miss old Bill, makes me so sad. Bill can hear you, and he zips back over where you are. That's why I'm like, it's weird. It's like our connection is, it's like we're this brain, and we just create these thoughts, and then we go into the thoughts. It's like, but it's not anything. But then that's why everything, it depends on the level you look at it, because then you can look at it these levels of reality. If you pull away from the part where you're in the brain and just these synapses of energy, and you pull into the experience, then you can look at it from a different perspective. And then it's like, well, we're in these bubbles of frequency, and we are having experiences like it's the tournament, these pool tournaments. And then we go in and have these experiences, because it's micro, macro. You have all your experiences in this bubble, but all the bubbles all have different experiences. So it's that you leave this pool tournament, go into another pool tournament, another one. And then when you're over in this one, you can hear the people in this one. And so we're connected in this mesh, because we're all energy and we're all connected. And so as soon as you direct your thoughts towards Bill feels it. That's why you can be just sitting there one day, and all of a sudden somebody crosses your mind out of the blue. It's like, because they probably are thinking about you, and we can feel it. And then it's all of a sudden, oh yeah, I was thinking about them too. And they could be remembering something. It could be anything. And so, but we pick up on through our connection energetically. And so you can feel that but and that's also how we're all how the world is out of balance, is because we're all so connected. And when it's tipping into, it's like the scales are turning though, because it was tipping so much in the dark, but that's the realignment, because micro macro is like our society is going to become more imbalanced, but it's like goes from us to that. It's like we create the balance in our society by creating the balance in us. And the let me see, because I was having a couple things coming in my mind, and then I start questioning it. Okay, so we put the things into alignment. We find our own balance, and it creates a world of balance. And it's the soul's vibration. So not everybody's here for this balancing act, and some are here to, they're just flitting around to different pool tournaments. They're not taking it as serious, but there's people, the masters, the grand masters, the one that go and play these tournaments that win and stuff all the time. You take it real serious, then those ones, they're here for this time of expansion, this evolution. And so they're here to win, and it's programmed into you. And so you just got to connect with your internal guidance so you know what you're supposed to be doing. And when it seems like people aren't, it's not because everybody's not here for that. Some people are just here because they want to play in a pool tournament. And some people are here because every time you go and play with these people who are playing really good, who have been playing for a long time, then you're going to learn some stuff. And so there's people here to learn from the ones who have been playing a long time. So there's a lot of different things going on. But when the people leave, it's not like they failed or something because they didn't become spiritually awake or whatever. They came to play and they just left to go play someplace else. So they just gone off to another one to go learn from what they can learn over here. And they want to learn what they can learn over here. It's a very expansive opportunities. But they see that's on another level. It all depends on what level you're at. And that's why I say when we get down to a savior and all that stuff, that's when we're down here, like, scared and somebody saved me. But the crazy thing is about a savior is that I was thinking about this yesterday when I was driving, and I was thinking it's so crazy because people are looking outside of themselves to have somebody make them feel like, oh, it's okay, you messed up, but you can't forgive yourself. Like, it doesn't matter how many people tell you it's okay. If you can't forgive yourself, you're going to be stuck, and it kind of keeps you stuck. Because it's like, well, I gave that to the Lord. I don't have to mess with that anymore. But it still lingers inside of you. But you just keep giving it away. But so you hold on to things that you need to be cleansing yourself. And then it's just like this scared little primitive peasant town, and oh my God, do you think the sun will come up tomorrow? Everything is very that's how I look at it. Like, oh, well, there's a God up there. He'll come. He won't do us wrong. You just got to fall on your knees, give him some, do some rituals, do whatever, so that this guy up there who's in charge of everything. But it's not that. It's an experience, and the experience is happening for you, and you're just as involved as anyone else. There's not like one particular soul that is over the rest of the souls. It's like, but we all are in our own vibration, which you could kind of look at as like a hierarchy of vibration, but it's not in that sense of how it's looked at in the heavens. It's just as where you access, it's where you can go. Yeah, they do kind of do that in their military or whatever, you have access here, you have access there, you can go this level, that level, but that is in the micro macro. That's real. Like, you can't go beyond your level, and it's beyond your level of understanding, beyond your level of capability of, it is like this is something that I used to think about all the time when I was a kid, because I knew like we had magic powers and stuff, and I would think like, but they can't give it to the people because they don't know how to use it, and they would use it to harm one another. And see, we got to get out of that region of mentality and move into where we wouldn't hurt each other in order to have access to the magic of what we are and who we are. So we have to move out of this fear and loathing. Oh, that was that Johnny Depp one, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That was the one I was talking about the other day when he, takes the chrome. And it's supposed to be this great hallucinogenic, and that's what that one guy who was eating the mermaid was talking about. Like, it's this whole experience. Like, these people that don't know how to find experience in themselves, like, they need to consume others' experiences, and that's creepy to me. Like, it's creepy, and it's weird how, like some of these beings, it's almost like you could be like, well, they don't know how to feel or anything, so they try and feed off of our feelings. But there's humans that go out craving experience. Like, you've done it all, you've tried it all, and so now you're up to the point you're gonna eat mermaids and shit. Like, what's next, dude? When they pull out a 6-month-old, you're gonna be like, well, might as well. It's like, where's your stopping point? Where is it you feel like, well, is this really what God would want us to do? In the sense of a God, but in that mind sense of what's right and wrong. And so, because I'll refer to the universe as God or whatever, because it's this, it's like in the scales, there's like the dark and the light. But the light is, to me, is the universe, even though this is like down in the dark of it, it's like all the universe, but there's the depth, the dark, and then there's the higher part, what you would think of the heavens, the higher frequency, where people aren't fucking each other over, eating each other to try and feel something. But so anyways, that's the whole thing about morals too. This had me thinking about this, but this is another thing that I've said for a long time. I used to tell people, if you got a body to bury, I'm not the one to call. Don't call me. And, but I'm kind of picking up on this in Nova Scotia. Like, it keeps going and going, man. I have no idea. But it definitely seems kind of like the husband is trying to be like, hey, clear me, to go after her. Maybe, she did something, wanted him to help with, let's get rid of the evidence. Otherwise, who's going to be here to take care of your baby? And, like maybe that one psychic who saw the mom smack her upside the head, whatever it was, hit her hard enough that she went in her room and passed, if that's what really happened. And then they had to go discard the remnants, and the son had already run off because he was scared. So that the psychic was saying they were in 2 different places in the forest. But the kid, who's been out there now for days in a pull-up, and his stepdad, he keeps bringing up this pull-up in his backpack, apparently. But the witch, this I thought was kind of trippy. I don't think I talked about this yet. But the so on that part, it made me start thinking about, like, if you have a body to discard, like, I'm not the one to call. And I was singing, and it's not because I'm worried about the legal ramifications. I mean, even a prison is a life experience, but it's the karmic. Like, I don't want to be involved in your energetic entanglement. I don't want to be sucked into this. I don't want fucking ghosts haunting me and shit. Like, no, thank you. And but anyways, that Nova Scotia thing was making me think of that, and I've been that way for a long time. Like, because that to me is the internal of knowing, like, no, that's not the right thing. You don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to be involved. And they try and take some of the stuff and make it laws to control us. And I think on some parts, I don't know, because there was a period of time where they were trying to really influx morals, but I guess then they were like, maybe it was only so that they could cause friction, because they've definitely created, friction. And they put up this dumbass big statue in New York. Like, they keep doing this stupid ass shit that is just like, I don't know. They turn our society into like such a joke. It's like a fucking circus to them. And it's us that like we're the ones who gotta get our shit together. Like this constantly, everybody having to show their body, and it's like you are more than this. In case you didn't know, there's more to you. It doesn't matter, you know, if everybody wants to fuck you or not. Like that doesn't matter. Like that is what this programming in our society. That's what you need. You need everybody to want to fuck you. Then you're pretty good. It's like, well, I'll let you in on a little secret. People will fuck you and not give a fuck about you. Like, so yeah, that's not the direction to go. So that's, you know, we gotta get our shit together in our society and value ourselves more. Like, you know, like the girls who wear all the coverings, like it's gone a little extreme, but we gotta find a little balance in there. Like pull a little this way, pull a little this way. Let's find somewhere here in the middle, you know, where we can cover ourselves and be a little bit more, what is the word? Like demure or something, not just exposing everything, and be a little bit more, you know, like this is my business. This is not your business, you know. You don't get to see everything. But I'm also somebody who doesn't wear bras. But to me, that is seeing. I gotta put them on sometimes, like a little bralette. But I cannot. I hate bras. I mean, there's a lot of things about women's underwear that I've always been like, God, no, what? This is like you're supposed to put on your sexy shit and go walk around. Like that's totally uncomfortable. I prefer to be comfortable and have fucking underwear up my ass and like, what the hell? And I guess some people, you know, it makes them feel sexy. But it's like, why do you need to feel sexy? Go to work. Aren't you just going there to get your job done, to get your paycheck? Or why are you going to be sexy? So there's obviously, you've got something you're working on. You need these guys, some of them are married and stuff, to be giving you attention. I've definitely, you know, had these issues before. That's why you can see through them. And you can see, you know, what the people are doing. It's not like you're tricking anybody. Well, you're tricking some people. But any of the people who have played these games can see right through it. So, anyways, and believe you me, that if you're doing this stuff at work, there's people who can see. There's even girls getting fired now. Like, this is not work appropriate clothes and stuff. And bet your ass they've got sexy lingerie on under. Some of them probably aren't even wearing panties at this point. Some probably have their fucking ass hanging out at work. And it's like, what's wrong? It's just my choice in clothing. And it's like, this is my body. It's my choice. It's like, it's gone a little extreme. Anyways, because we've lost all of our class. We've lost all of our it's like all our self-respect, all our dignity. Just throw it out the window. Who cares? We're just a bunch of garbage consumer world here. We just don't care about anything or anybody. And it's like they were totally, the idiocracy was the angle they were trying to take us in. But, you know, we do have an internal guidance, and it is sparking, and it is waking up, and it is turning us in a different direction so that people are seeing and seeing the error of their ways, the error of our society, so we can go in a new direction. But it's just as a process, because we're also breaking mind control at the same time, which I just saw a video, and this is one of those ones that's like, I don't know if this is AI made or what, but it was Donald, and he said that Ohio, Palestine, was inside job, and that it is they're going after whoever did this crime, and it is a definite death penalty. Well, we're going to hear that a lot more. That's going to be a lot. You just got to get used to hearing that, because there's going to be a lot of people facing it. And there's going to be a lot of people who are going to go off of this death penalty. Not going to just be it's not going to be just the Crips and Bloods, but I don't even think the Crips, I mean, I think that some of these agencies that are in here terrorizing us I would probably never even heard of some of them. Some of them, it's like this militant, mercenary people who are just looking for a job that are good at killing people, I swear. And so it's, you know, we got all of those kinds of people, but there's people who have been getting their bags scratched and they have got themselves in this system. At some point, they're the link in the chain. And some of them are going to be, you know, and, well, I didn't know is going to not be good enough. It's like, well, guess you should have. You should probably go a little deeper into where it is your money's coming from. And so there's going to be people, regular people, that are also going to be facing this sentence. Newsom, fuck, that guy, I swear to God, he is so, oh God, what a garbage person. And that fake ass smile, how can you be fucking all these people at the same time? You're just like walking like you got, I swear to God, I don't even know if that's the real one, or if this is a stand-in to just make him, by the time we hear that he's like, so, but he is definitely, his family, there's a lot of these families. Like, I don't know that Gator's kids would be, but, like, he could have a brother, like, you know, just like how Joe has his brother involved. Like, it depends on these people, what their mind mission, what their soul is here to experience, you know, and some of them are leaving. And like I said, I don't know what the deal is with some of them, because some of the people who have been doing bad stuff are just regular old souls, and they're not going to hell. It's like they get to go do it again, but they're not going up where we're going either. And because they've got things that they got to put back in alignment. So even, you know, if you're playing a role, you be playing that role because it links into your other stuff. It's like there can be a difference in vibration. So some of the people, like if you have an aunt or an uncle, you know, when they are busted for being involved in some of these crimes that are going on, and once that, and they get busted, and then they get the penalty, and then they're gone, and then, you know, and everything starts getting better and stuff, and you're thinking, you know, well, they didn't ascend, and you know, how sad you are or whatever. And it's like they would be held back, so then you would be the angel or whatever. You would be the higher vibration person. So then you wanted to come back to see them. You would be a ghost if you came back, because they can't come up and see you. They can only go to where their vibration is. And there's places like meeting points in the middle when people are all dead together. And to me, that's like the reunion. When you go and you have all these people come up to see you, that's like the reunion of like everybody's in the same space, the same vibration, because there's a dead zone of where but the people who are in this can go up higher, and that I guess we would call it the purgatory. And so, or some people call it, I think, like 4D or whatever. So this vibratory space, we can just call it purgatory. So some people, you go into it, and so these people could go in, but they're not going to be able to go up to as high as where you are, but they can go to other places, but you can only travel in your vibration. So it's not like you can take somebody from this vibration and say, hey, come over into my vibration. They can't go there. They have to work their way there. They have to develop, they have to change their vibration in order to move it. It can't be like here and then go, whoa, I'm up here now. No, you have to move through, and that changes. That's why everything is like a development. Everything is like set in the universe. That's why when I hear these people jumping, you can't jump out of your vibration. So when we get into this, like you have to connect. Like the awakening is connecting to your vibration. So you're connecting to your higher self. You're connecting to your highest point of self. And so you're pulling yourself into that vibration. Well, that vibration includes a lot of understanding, a lot of experience. And so that's the remembering You're remembering things. You're remembering who you are. You're remembering what you're doing here. And so that vibration where you are, you're pulling yourself to yourself. So you're pulling yourself to yourself. So then your Uncle Joe or whatever, and he goes and his vibration is down here. He can't come up here. And so these people who think, oh, well, they're quantum leaping into their best life. No, you can connect into that, but you still got to be reeling it in, and it could be a big one. It can take a while. And so you're trying to reel in your best life. And so you're going towards it, but you can't just leap into it. And you can't leap out of your vibration into a vibration that you haven't created for yourself. And so you can't just, I mean, that's what to me is this absurd thing, or just quantum jump into your best life. It's like, well, you can quantum, like you're still going to be in that vibration. So you're not going to be leaving it. And so the people who in this purgatory, so you have all these people, like, say, they all come, it's the meeting place. It's like a vibration where a lot of souls can be. It's not like bad, but it's also not the heavens. And so the people who